Just for reference, this is what the third brake light looks like with the stock incandescent bulb. I wanted to get rid of this as a matter of urgency because these grey third brake lights are no longer available and the original bulb will eventually melt the housing. Fortunately, that hasn't happened on this one. There's no evidence of heat damage whatsoever, surprisingly, but this has been a garage queen its whole life. This car has never been left out in the sun. I will warn you that if you do have missing tint on the back window or the car has been left out in the sun and this is heat damaged, I probably wouldn't touch it. I have seen on my red car the third brake light simply explode as soon as I touched it, shattering with such force that it actually almost blinded me with shards of sharp plastic. These are the LED bulbs that I've purchased. I'll explain down below where I got them from. They are Chinese, as is most electronic things these days, but surprisingly they work pretty well, which you'll see shortly. Just bear in mind, you do have to flex those side clips out quite a long way to get that rear cover off to get access to the bulb. That's where the huge risk is involved in doing this job, because if it is brittle and sun damaged, it's going to end in tears. Fortunately, no damage whatsoever to mine. It came apart perfectly. And as you can see, there's no melting damage whatsoever inside, so this car hasn't spent a lot of time in stop-start traffic or in the sun because it didn't break. It's one of the scariest things I've ever had to do. You want to be very, very careful doing this. Unless it's a black one, they're still available new, so who cares if you break that, as long as you can afford a new one. I have a new one coming for the red car, and I'll do the same thing once that arrives. Just before putting that back cover on, I wanted to make sure this Chinese bulb actually worked, so I really didn't want to be opening it up twice. Hopefully they have a nice long life for the same reason. And just to inspect the brightness, I rested the back cover on using my phone to hold it on there, and I was very impressed with the light output. When you test it on the bench, it doesn't quite look as bright as an incandescent bulb, but when it's in an enclosure like this, it's damn impressive. So I'm satisfied with that, and I'm clipping that cover on, hopefully, for the last time. And because I know someone will ask, I did try additional LED bulbs of the same type in the indicator positions and in the brake positions. Just bear in mind with these particular bulbs, they don't have a load resistor inside, so the bulb out warning will display when they're in these positions. Fortunately, the third brake light is not monitored, so it doesn't care. And that's the one I'm most concerned about anyway. On my red project, I may just rip that bulb out warning system out and install all LED bulbs. I haven't decided. But that's the bulb out warning that you'll expect to see if you put it in the indicator or brake light position. And of course the indicator will flash fast as well. I'd probably be looking for quote unquote CAN bus compatible LEDs because they'll have a load resistor inside. But I have heard that they don't work as well, so maybe some more trial and error is required.